Despite persecution, or because of it, the Christian population reached near 10% of the Roman Empire by the beginning of the 4th century. With an effective structure of bishops and clergy spread throughout the empire, the church found recruits even within the Roman legions. In 306 AD, in far-off Britain, the Roman army declared a new emperor, Constantine. These fragments are part of a huge statue of him commissioned during his lifetime. Egotistical? Yes, but his impact on our history and on our modern world is indeed colossal.
Without Constantine, history would have been much different. That much we do know.
Had Constantine not ordered the 50 copies of the Gospel, we wouldn't have had the Gutenberg Bible rolling off the printing press in the 15th century.
Under Constantine, Christianity goes from being something which opposes the empire to being part of the empire, and then indeed you have to be a Christian in order to be a part of the empire at all.
Because of the enormity of the empire, it had 4 co-rulers. Constantine governed Britain, Gaul, and Spain. Maxentius, co-emperor in Rome, was unpopular and vulnerable. Constantine fought his way across Europe, ready to seize control of the entire western half of the empire. The decisive encounter was on the road to Rome at the Milvian Bridge. And it was here that the crucial battle against his co-ruler Maxentius was fought. But before that engagement, an extraordinary event is said to have occurred.
Constantine seems to have seen some kind of vision in the sky. Later historians have supposed it was a solar halo. Constantine's spin doctor, if we can call him that, Eusebius of Caesarea, very firmly said it was the Chi Rho signal, the symbol of Christ in the sky. And that was it. He became a Christian.
Having once worshipped the pagan sun god, Sol Invictus, Constantine now worshipped the Son of God, Jesus Christ. The following day, Constantine's vastly outnumbered troops fought carrying shields marked with the sign of the cross. In the battle, Maxentius was completely routed, and he was drowned in the river Tiber. Constantine had indeed won under the sign of the cross.
These frescoes indicate what we understand as the change in Constantine, the defeat of Maxentius at the Milvian Bridge, and then immediately afterwards the triumphal entry into Rome when Constantine becomes the only emperor of the West.
What happens to the loser, Maxentius?
Maxentius was fished out of the river and decapitated, and Constantine paraded his head in the triumphal march through the streets of Rome.
Oh, I see. There indeed. We see the head, yes. The crowned head, yes, of poor old Maxentius, having spent a night in the water of the Tiber. Parading your rival's head on a pole may not seem especially Christian.
The truth of Christianity in Constantine's mind was perhaps somewhat ambiguous. Constantine was an emperor. He was ruthless, he was ambitious, and he was very successful. At the same time, in his own way, I do think he embraced this Son God, S-O-N and not S-U-N, to be the Son of God, and therefore his hope in the afterlife of redemption.
Historians and churchmen have for centuries debated whether Constantine's conversion was more political than sincere. We're still guessing. Whatever it was, the conversion of Constantine was the single most important political event in the history of the Christian Church. By 313 AD, Constantine had implemented a policy of empire-wide religious toleration, giving the Christian Church open access to the wealth and power of the state.